and doing what they could. And as soon as someone jumped in to help, we all emerged from around the corners, and we were giving them gold medals and bouquets of flowers and champagne bottles and singing, "He's a jolly good fellow." And it was a real buzz. And you'll see on the videos some of the looks on people's faces. But one of the things about that event was that it was sponsored by ING Direct, the savings bank. Because we figured if there was ever a group of people right now who need to start getting their head around the idea that being nicer is a better thing to do, it was the banks. And I guess this is sometimes why in groups like this we take a bit of flack. But you know what? I wouldn't be interested in any of you guys sponsoring an event for us. In fact, we have a constitution. It's a 3-part constitution. Let's see if I can remember it. It's got to be helpful and harmless. We don't discriminate against whoever we help. So however old or poor or rich or black or white or woman or man, we don't have any discrimination policy. Well, if you need help or if we figure it might be fun to make you smile, we will listen to your rap and we will do our best for you. And we don't take donations from the public. We'll never see us with a shaking can. We'll never tap people, because I think there's a lot of pressure on people nowadays to help and do stuff, and you know what, I think that's cool, and I respect everyone who does any kind of help, but what we're kind of here to demonstrate is that there's a real abundance of energy out there, and you don't necessarily need to go door to door saying please put a pound in the bucket, or like the South Park thing, $1 in the box. So, you know, we won't take money from anybody. So we figured, who would be the best people to sponsor a kindness award? Who needs to sponsor a kindness award more than anybody else? And it was instant, a bank, obviously. They're the ones we ought to go to. And they agreed. And one of the, for me, the most gratifying things about that day was to see all the bankers, and you'll see in the clip, they're wearing the yellow jackets, and they all quit work for the day, and they came down with us, and it's very surreal for us. One of the things that, you know, we work with some really big companies, and we've ended up kind of talking to Demos, the group, that think tank for new labour, and lots of different people have kind of come to us for advice and to participate. And I love that. Like, you're all more than welcome. If any of you want to come along and join in and share some fun with us and you know, kind of make people smile, you're welcome to do that. But personally speaking, I go headhunting for the suits. And I will do my very best to get as many people who have never even considered being nice. I'll get them. I don't care what they've done. In fact, the worse that you are perceived to be, or the less active that you're meant to be, I want you at my event. I want to get you in a room, and I want you participating and making people smile, because I reckon that's like cracking the egg. They get a little insight into what's happening, and a lot of people will be sitting there. No doubt we'll get to the Q&A bit, and people will be saying, but are they doing it just for advertising? Hey, whatever it takes. You know, if they're doing something nice and they can look good doing it, that's cool, man. We ought to be applauding people who do nice stuff, because the applause is going to encourage them to do more. And one of the things that I have learned is that judgments about how awful people are only stop things from happening and paint them in a corner and make life harder to live. Not only for them, but for me personally. So I choose to see everyone as an opportunity to do something great. I see every company as a resource that we can tap to do something amazing with. And that line of thinking is why we've given away £2.5 million worth of stuff, and why we will continue to do it unabated and develop and grow. And now we've got coverage all around the world, and we do intend to expand across the country. So yeah, that's our story. Now, I was promised some help with this projector thing, and there it comes. And we're going to play just a couple. I think there's a news item and a couple of the award ceremonies I mentioned, and I'll be quiet now. It's going to take 2 minutes. This is technical people, man. Gosh. It's going to take a couple of minutes to get this thing running. So if there are a couple of questions, maybe. Bang! Straight up over there. Go on.
I just wanted to know if you've ever been able to get aeroplane tickets.
Yeah, we have got airplane tickets. Rob has personally flown 7 times across from England to America, backwards and forwards. Basically, the way it works, and this might be a tough one to get your head around, but if a human being's in charge of it, we can get it. Because what we do is we tap into the goodness of other human beings. We invite them to do something positive. So if people give out tickets, Same people, same blenders, same as cans of food, same as tickets to the theater, the movies. As long as there's a human being on the end of the line, we'll get them to give their stuff away for free, and they'll enjoy doing it and do it again and again and again and again.
Which leads on to my next question. Does it always have to be like the head of the company that grants you the gift?
I like this. Practical questions. We've got a fledgling phone whisperer there. Okay, there's an analogy we developed. Now we do teach people to phone whisper. It's kind of the difference between giving out a fish and teaching a man to fish. There's an analogy called find the farmer. And I'll talk you through it. If you want a potato, if you go door to door knocking on people's doors and saying, excuse me, could I have a potato, could I have a potato? Most people will think you're mad and they won't have a potato, or their potato, that's my lunch. So I'm not going to give you my potato, go to hell, man, what are you talking about? You go to a supermarket and you say, listen, can I have a potato please? I've got this hungry guy, we sell potatoes. No man, you want to buy a potato, we'll give you a good price on a potato. You go to a wholesaler and you ask that question, they'll be like, well, we don't really sell potato one, but if you want 10 tons of potato, we've got a wicked price on 10 tons of potato, etc., etc. If you can follow the food chain all the way back and you can find the farmer, and you can go and stand in the field with the farmer, farmer's got a very different reality to all those other people. For him, he's got acres and acres and acres and acres and acres of potato. In fact, if you say to him, listen, I want to feed a hungry guy, and I'm here because I think your potatoes are the best potatoes in the world, and we tend to speak to people who make the best stuff, because why wouldn't we? Never dream yourself a second-class ticket. That's a good piece of advice, right? So we always go and try and find the very best, and we tell them, we're here because you're the very best, and we want a potato. And for him, it's no business. He can be amused, he can be happy about it. For him, it's not the same as someone's house or supermarket or wholesaler. For him, he can just reach in the dirt and give it to you. So the first thing you do when you try and phone whisper is find the farmer, because he's the guy who'll be able to help you. Are we good to go? Okay, we'll play a news item and then a couple of the award clips, and then I'll hand it over to Rob for a second.
Now, if you're one of those people who feels the headlines are full of doom and gloom at the moment, this next story will hopefully cheer you up.